guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. It's gonna be a good one today. Happy that you joined me. Send some positive vibes, especially if you need it right now. You know, the holidays can be the best time of the year. They can also be the worst time of the year for some of us, whether we've lost loved ones or whether we're, isolated, lonely, whatever it may be. Just thinking about you guys if you're going through something, or spreading holiday cheer if you're not. Well, I guess either way, right? I went to the bookstore the other day, aka yesterday, and I told my son, you know what, we need some new books to read, right? We have this little reading nook in the bedroom, and we need some new books. We've been reading the same books for like, 6 months now, right? And I'm like, pick out any book in the whole bookstore, right? And what does he pick out, guys? Check it out. I Need a New Butt? Like, who makes this, Jude? Is this a kid's book? I Need a New Butt? Was there something wrong with my body? So yeah, I'm a proud owner of I Need a New Butt. Today we're going to talk about the 20 legendary champions, and I could do this a similar video with epics and rares that I used the most here in the last year, 2022, in the endgame, as an endgame account, right? So I'm going to start with legendaries, but first I want to start with an Eternal Soul Stone. A little Christmas gift for you guys, or whatever you celebrate.
Oh, you didn't have to?
So Eternal Soul Stone, here we go. Give me something good, please. Give me one of the 20 champions I'm going to talk about. 6-star.
Oh my God!
Deke! Hey, a 5-star Deke, you know what? Friggin' A, I'll take it. I'll take the 5-star Deke. We will keep that. All right, guys, go with no, I don't want any of that stuff, Plarium. I'm trying to make a video right now. Please.
Just participating.
I'm gonna share the 20 champions I use the most, right? And I like the most. These are the champions that I love. You know how champions, maybe even if you use them only in one area of the game, you guys have any champions like that? You just love them even though you only use them in one area? So I'm gonna include a few of those champions mixed with basically like the 20 champions I use the most and are also my favorites out of all my legendaries. I'm also gonna show you what build I have them all in, and I want you guys to let me have it. I have not looked at these builds, so some of them might not be perfect because even me in an endgame account, I can only stretch my gear so far, right? Anyway, here we go. Number one, is gonna piss you guys off right off the bat here. People who haven't started playing, since he was released. But number one is Ninja. I mean, Ninja is just one of the best DPS in the game. You guys will know, if you don't know already, that I am a massive fan of Relentless gear. So I use Ninja in Hydra. I use Ninja in the Sand Devil's Necropolis. I use him as DPS against freaking half the Doom Tower bosses. So I have him here built all right. I really need to go in there. I actually swapped some pieces around on Ninja. So I need to get his crit rate to 100. You'll see I'm very, very bad. Bad boy. Coal in my stocking. So I have like a few champions on the list will be from like 95 to 100 on the crit rate. Really want 100, especially on a champion like Ninja. A little bit of accuracy and a little bit of speed. Could definitely stand to be better here, but keep in mind it's in Relentless gear. You're going to see a lot of champions in Relentless gear, and I don't have that much to go around, right? I'm sure you guys feel my pain. So yeah, Ninja is amazing. I'll show you the masteries on these champions too as I go through them. But what can I say about this dude, right? Hail Burn is just like the best damage ability, and in the Scion Slash, it basically reduces the cooldown of Hail Burn, so you're just getting so many HP activations, HP burn activations. Such a good champion. Number two is Duchess, right? So Duchess I have in Stone Skin, and you'll see this, I'm just sure like your accounts, right? I might be a whale, I might be endgame, I might be pay to win, but I don't have like enough to have like 6 champions built in 6 different ways. So sometimes I try to thread the needle and build a champion to basically where I use them the most, but also get utility out of them everywhere. Duchess is a champion that I have in a 6-piece Stone Skin for the arena. She's on my second tag team arena team. She's so good in the arena. Obviously a great reviver. She's got the damage mitigation, and she has the block debuff, the increased attack, and the perfect veil. I also have her in Lightning Cage Blessing, and guys, I use her on my main Hydra clan boss team as well. Heck, I even use her in basically all my dungeon speed farm teams because she's there to put the buffs so Seer can strip them off. Yeah, she's incredible. She's probably my most used champion on my entire account. You can see I've even started ascending some of her artifacts. What did I get here? Let's see. I got defense on the defense. Let's upgrade it again. What the heck, guys? Boom! That's it. Done. So yeah, Duchess is just incredible champion. Hey, we got her to 110k power. I have her built with resist as well. So total stats here on my Duchess, pretty speedy, a healthy amount of HP and defense, and a little bit of resist, well, a decent amount of resist too at 522 for after the stone skin expires or when they're trying to remove it, okay? So that is Duchess, that's my number 2. And this is in no particular order, guys, but number 3 is gonna be Venus. Dude. Venus, whether you want her in the arena or Hydra Clan Boss or anywhere else, she is just amazing. One of the best debuffers in the game. She also got HP burn. She can put out so much freaking damage, decrease defense, and weaken on a 3-turn cooldown. I have on my account, well, really quickly, Pure Partner, removes all buffs from all enemies, so you can use her in the arena, just one of the best arena champions out there. You can open up with Pure Partner if the enemy team has a bunch of buffs, or you can just open up as with a debuffer against a team that doesn't have a lot of buffs up, or if you go first, right? Just a tremendous champion, especially alongside Cupidus. I can't believe they buffed her. It's insane. Even her A1 does a lot of damage to the Hydra Clan Boss heads, especially if they consume one of your champions. Just amazing stuff. An amazing champion. These are the masteries that I have on her. I have her in a Hydra Clan Boss build right now. You'll see, again, I could really stand to get some more accuracy, a little bit more crit rate, but overall, not too bad. She gets the job done. She's an incredible champion. And again, in Relentless gear, again, you're going to see that a lot here. My best champions, more often than not, I have them in Relentless. I just think it's an insanely good set on champions that are already like OP. Put Relentless on them, and they're even going to be better, right? Taking extra turns, especially in Hydra Clan Boss, which I'm really, I'm into Arena and Hydra Clan Boss. Primarily, personally, that's like what I'm into in the game. So you'll see that some of my choices definitely reflect that, okay? Number 4 is going to be, well, I mean, we talked about Venus. Might as well talk about her man. None other than, where are you, Cupidus? So I can't believe they buffed Cupidus, man. Like an insanely good damage dealer here. I have him built out, not fast enough for where I'm using him, but, you know, in accuracy could actually stand to be a little bit higher, but he has a little bit of survivability built in there too. He gets the job done, and again, he's in Relentless for Hydra Clan Boss. You know, Hydra Clan Boss, a Cupidus or a DPS, you know, for that, any DPS for that matter, from my experimentation in Relentless gear, it out-damages Savage, it out-damages. Only difference is enemy max HP champion. So when we do the Epic episode, you'll see that I have Husk and Royal Guard in Reflex gear. But just for sheer damage dealers, not enemy max HP like Cupidus, I prefer them in Relentless, getting more turns. He has that counterattack when Venus is on the same turn with that A1, and just damage and damage and damage and damage on damage on damage on damage. It's insane, right? And then he has a hard-hitting A3, very hard-hitting, self-increase attack, and an AoE HP burn. Just a really good champion in the arena as well. I do have him 1-star ascended, so I have the Brimstone Mastery, the Brimstone Blessing on him, and then Masteries I have, obviously, War Master to get extra damage on all of those AoE attacks. Really love Cupidus. Necret the Great right on top of him, man. Necret might be one of my favorite arena champions, might be my favorite arena champion in the game. He's the only champion that I built 2 of that I use in the arena in tag team. He's on 2 of my teams. He's on one team with like a Siphi and Rhodos combo, and he's on another team with a Hefrak, Hegemon, and Duchess. So really good. I have him in, I didn't even realize that I went with Bulwark, excuse me. Decrease the damage allows received by 5%, so some damage mitigation. I could have went with the extra the extra resistance, excuse me, on Unshakable. I'm surprised I didn't. I think that's how I have the other Necret built. Either way, guys, he has an ally attack ability, but I really love him because of the ally protection, the shield, and the block debuffs that he's placing on the ally with the lowest HP, aka my nuker, at the beginning of every single round. So in the arena, he's placing that on my Hefrak and on my Rhodos, and just keeping them alive and preventing them from being CC'd as well. So just a really good support champion. I have him in Temporal Chains on a 1-star Ascension as well, +1 empowered. And total stats here, we have him at 507 on the resist, 5k on the defense, and 72k on the HP. I have him built slow and in a 6-piece stone skin set. All right, next up is going to be Archbishop Pinthroy, dude. This dude is a boss, man. He's a boss player. And he's got the bird cage on his head. I mean, he's got the bird cage on his head. How can I not pick him?
She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment.
He's actually one of my favorite champions in the game. Not a lot of people talk about him. I have him also, surprise, surprise, in a Relentless set. Total stats on this dude, again, some help, some defense, a little bit of accuracy. Again, could stand to get some more accuracy, get rid of some of that resist, Ash, and put, what do I have on his banner right now? Resist, go figure. You know what I want to do? I don't know why I have that much resist on him. It's really unnecessary. I want to swap that for an accuracy instead and hopefully get some speed out of it. We'll go ahead and put this on him. And this is a better build in my estimation, right? So he's still pretty fast. 408 is much better on the accuracy. Why do I love this dude, though? Again, in Relentless Gear, keep that in mind. He's got to increase accuracy, right? He's got a heal reduction. Okay. He's got block buffs on a 3-turn cooldown. And this is a 3-turn increase accuracy block buffs. There's no ability like that in the game. So strong. And look at this for a support. It's Gleam of Glory. He has the big version of increased defense and a big heal, 30%, and a shield. Granted on a 4-turn cooldown, but that's why I have him in Relentless Gear. He's also removing decreased defense and weaken from himself at the start of every turn. I also have him with Brimstone. You'll see I'm a big fan of Brimstone, especially on my Hydra Clan Boss champions. To me, Archbishop, Pinthroy, I mean, look at that kit, guys. Look at that kit. I have War Master as a tier 6. Just such a good champion, man. You guys, some of you guys out there must have him. And hopefully you agree with me. He's a top tier champion, in my opinion. Speaking of top tier champions, guys, of course, we have to go with none other than Lady Kimmy, if I can ever find her. Here we go. Lady Kim, I also have Temporal Chains on Lady Kimmy. Decreases each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under. I really like Temporal Chains, as you guys can see from some of my other blessing choices on other champions. Surprise, surprise, guys, we have her in, you guessed it, we have her in Relentless Gear. So, Lady Kimmy, I have used in the arena quite a bit this year, but right now, with 369 accuracy, she is just a Hydra Clan Boss champion on my account. However, I do use her against some Doom Tower bosses as well. She's just one of the most well-rounded champions inside the entire game. She puts out a decent amount of damage. She's the queen of buffs and debuffs. For that reason, on Masteries, I have Lasting Gifts and Master Hexer as well. So you can see I can extend the duration of her buffs and extend the duration of her debuffs there. I have War Master as a tier 6 option on this champion. Relentless Gear, a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit damage, and a lot of speed. 316 speed on this champion. She's one of my MVPs on the entire account. I must have crit rate on the gauntlets here, I'm assuming. Yes. So just an incredible champion. She has, really quickly, decrease accuracy, decrease speed, and a 3-turn cooldown. Then she has increase accuracy, increase speed, and block buffs, removing a random buff from each enemy. That's insane, and it just keeps getting better. Whenever this champion places a debuff on an enemy, decreases that enemy's turn meter by 5%. Whenever a champion or an ally receives a debuff, fills their turn meter by 5% for each debuff received. That really just compounds like insanity, and she's also one of the fastest champions in the game at 115 speed. Wow, Lady Kimmy is just one of the best out there, in my opinion, probably in the opinion of anybody who has her, let's be real, right? All right, next up is going to be, this is a champion that a lot of you guys might have. He was a fusion, and it's Mighty Uko. Fusion or Fragment Summon?
Hakuna Matata.
I forgot. Either way, hopefully you went for him, because I think the Mighty Uko is insane. Really good champion. I put him in Relentless because I love him that much. Okay, so the build on this one, not the greatest. He's 220 speed, little bit of survivability, really needs to be higher if I can critique my own build a little bit here, guys. I could stand to get rid of some of that crit rate, crit damage, even on this champion if I had to, because I need to keep him alive, right? But I do want to have as much a crit rate as I can because he has 2 AoE attacks. They're not super strong hitters, but they do a lot of damage on these longer battles. Again, ergo, great champion for Hydra Clan Boss, right? He also has the revival on the A3. Sometimes I shut that off, and I just go with AoE attacks on every single ability, then I'll take it off auto, put it on manual if I need to revive somebody, because usually I have another increased speed champion on my team. Also has a chance of stealing buffs at random. What a good champion. Oftentimes in the Aura lead, speeding all battles by 20%. These are the masteries I have. War Master, Master Hexer, Sniper as well. Or I should say, yeah, Sniper as well. What do I do? Wait. No, Evil Eye, my bad. No, I do have Sniper. What are we using Sniper on? Do we not have 100% on everything? No, okay, 75%. So decrease attack, Sniper brings that up to 80%. And then we have block buffs and decrease accuracy and removing 2 random buffs from each target. What a powerful ability on Uko's Fury. I've also used Uko in the arena quite a bit. Just a really, really good champion. I'm a massive fan. So I have, again, total stats. I think I already showed you. I did. So Mighty Uko, love him. Love him. All right, next one is going to be a big honorable mention to Michinaki. I really love this champion. I really love him. You know what? Screw it.
Here we go again.
Top 21 favorite legendaries, okay? I have him in Relentless Gear. And he has an AoE decreased defense, a decreased attack if they're under Hex. He brings Hex on his AoE on his A3 with removing all buffs as well. Whenever an ally attacks an enemy under Hex, this champion has a 50% to join the attack and placing an HP burn off of his A1 ability. Really strong champion. These are the masteries I have on Michinaki. All right, guys, man, you know how much I love this little lizard, dude. Could be my favorite champion of 2022 added to the game. It is Nekmo Thar. This guy is so good. So good. He is like, how can I say how good he is? I think he's a top 10 champion in the game. That's how good I think this dude is. So incredibly good. I have him built not fast enough because I switched him over to, you guessed it, Relentless Gear. But man, he has 99, 222, so he's actually putting out a decent amount of damage, even though he's not a damage dealer. He's a debuffer. Golly, what a great champ. He's surprisingly, with this accuracy this low at 324, granted, I do have the accuracy masteries, or asteries as we call them apparently on the channel. I do have them on him, but he's still landing his debuffs even against Nightmare Hydra, right? So he has a decreased attack on his A1, he has a decreased speed and a leech, 100% land rate on a 3-turn cooldown on his A2. Both are AoE attacks, A1 and A2, but look at this A3. Increased speed on all allies, turn meter fill by 30%, and then an extra turn. What? But it keeps getting better. Fills his champion's turn meter by 5% each time a debuff on an enemy is removed, transferred, or expired. This dude doesn't stop taking turns. He's insane, especially in Relentless, man. He's like, he's doubling up my other champions on my team in terms of how many turns he is taking, because of the turn meter fill in the passive, and because of the extra turn on the A3, and because of the Relentless Gear as well. Just such an incredible champion, one of my absolute faves in the game. You could argue he's mostly a specialist, I would say. He could support in any dungeon, great against Doom Tower bosses as kind of a support slash debuffer, turn meter booster, but amazing S tier in Hydra, certainly at the very least. All right, guys, next up is going to be, this is number 10, by the way, a brand new champion. Where are you? Where are you? He is Spirit Affinity. No, he's Magic Affinity. I was thinking he was Spirit. He's brand new. Cut me some slack here. And here he is. He's from the Sylvan Watchers, and it's King Galkabar. Whoa!
Hello, how are you doing today?
A few of you asking me to do guides on this dude. I will eventually. I don't love the build that I have him in right now. Primarily, I am very limited on the Sylvan Watchers accessories. I'm sure you guys are in the same boat. I don't even have any speed on the banner, but at least I do have accuracy. It took me a while even to get an accuracy banner. So the total stats leave a little bit to be desired. However, we do have Relentless Gear on him again, and Perception. You know, between all these champions and Relentless and Perception that you're seeing in Stone Skin, you're seeing how much I value those sets in the end game. Obviously, if I wasn't in the end game, if I was in the beginning game or my free-to-play account, I think there's one champion in Relentless Gear. But as you progress, make sure you keep an eye out for tournaments that you can win, events that you can win, or tournaments that you can get that Relentless Gear, right? And make sure you farm your forge materials so you can get that Perception gear too. So he has a shield on the ally with the lowest HP, right? On his A1. On his A2, he's an AoE. Look at this ability, guys. 100% chance of removing all buffs. Places a poison debuff for 2 turns on each enemy for each buff removed from them. Also has a 100% chance of placing a block buffs debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. What a powerful ability. Removing and then placing block buffs and placing poisons. That's really strong. And it just keeps getting better. On the A3, removes all debuffs from all allies. So a 3-turn cleanse. Continuous heal on each ally for each debuff removed from them. Also a shield. Value of the shield 25% of this champion's max HP. What? Dude, a super, super sick kit, man. Whenever an enemy under a poison debuff attacks an ally under a shield buff, instantly activates 1 poison from that enemy. Also instantly activates a continuous heal buff on the attacked ally. Really cool passive too, man. This guy's super strong. These are the masteries that I went with. Lasting Gifts, Master Hexer, War Master as well. Just an incredible champion, guys. King Galkabar. Remember the name. Keep an eye out if there's ever a 10 times chance and you feel like wasting some shards. 10 times a scam.
I never knew.
Next up is going to be an oldie but a goodie. We went from a new guy, a new guy to an old guy. Sorry, guys. And that is Prince Kymar. I mean, Prince Kymar, dude, he's resetting the abilities on my Seers. He's resetting the abilities on my Eleanorils, who I'll talk about in just a moment. I mean, you can't go wrong with this dude, right? He's incredible. He's got the poison on the A1. He's got the sleep, remove all buffs on the A2. Great for the Sand Devil, obviously. Great for any dungeon. Great for the arena. How could I not have him on the list? Seal of Magic, great for all. He's one of the best champions in the game. To me, he's still a top 10 champion in the game. I have Eagle Eye. I have Immunity. This is actually where I'm threading the needle between a arena build and a build that I can use anywhere else. Immunity is helpful to give 1 more buff for Seer to activate on her Karma Burn. It's not the end of the world. It's not amazing, I should say, but it still helps out. So I have him built really fast though, 289, and the accuracy 431 is a little bit low for the arena, but I run kind of a weird tandem team with a very high accuracy, around 700 or 800, Madame Ceres, and then him on the same team. So if I don't, remove all buffs with Kymar, I can remove all buffs from Madame Ceres. Kind of an unorthodox approach, and I could probably build him a lot better too, but Prince Kymar, man, there you have it, right? We just talked about her. We might as well mention her right now. The Queen of Combust. Her ability is literally called Combust, and it's Eleanoril, right? So I use Eleanoril a heck of a lot now. I basically speed farm every dungeon with Eleanoril. She has 245 on the speed. She has 465 on the accuracy, and it's really all about, she places poisons, which is really, really nice on an AoE, but this Combust deals damage from all poison debuffs on all enemies instantly. She is my speed farmer. In dungeon teams, I moved away from Seer. I still use her on all my Doom Tower floors, but I moved away from Seer this year, and I made a poison combust team with Dark Kale and Theodore, who we'll talk about in a little bit as well, and Eleanoril, right? So very, very strong. Sometimes I use Tomb Lord. Sometimes I use Bad Alcazar as like another poison champion on those teams, but Eleanoril is a staple of those teams, again, with the combust ability. I pulled Xavia and like probably 4 months ago. I still haven't even built her because I don't see the need on my account right now because I'm already using Eleanoril, and I think her ability in a vacuum is just maybe a little bit better, especially against bosses. So, if you guys disagree with that, I would love to hear why in the comments below, seeing as I haven't built her. All right, champion number 13 or 14, because we added Michinaki here, is going to be the champion that I unabashedly give the best champion in the game award to, and if I can find her, and it's none other than Mithrala Lifebane, right? I think she's the best champ in the game right now. I'm a little bit biased again because I love Arena and Hydra, and those are 2 areas that she absolutely shines in. Everybody can get your hands on Mithrala eventually by farming her champion fragments in Hydra Clan Boss. She's got poisons on the A1. She's got an AoE with a Hex to increase defense, to increase attack, all in one 3-turn cooldown, and then she has the Cleanse, the Strengthen big version, and the Shield on a 3-turn cooldown. What's more is she has the amazing passive of adding Petrification to, 50% chance to put it on the attacker, 30% chance when an ally is attacked, and she increases this champion's resistance based on the amount of accuracy she has. That makes her incredible for the arena. She's untouchable on most teams. I also have Brimstone on the Blessing to help out on Hydra Clan Boss. I have Eagle Eye here as well to get even more accuracy, thus more resist on this champion. And you can see I have 720 on the accuracy, so that puts me all the way at 870 accuracy or resist, on this champion when you add them both together. That's incredible, right? So I have her built pretty fast as well. I could really stand to get that crit rate up a little bit, but she's giving a lot of damage, or I should say at least a decent amount of damage, just from the Hex now that they buffed it to do damage now. So I just love this champion. I think she's absolutely incredible. Every player hopefully will get her either in a triple, Perception set. I think the Perception is one of the best sets, if not the best set overall inside the entire game. Up there with, obviously, say it with me, Relentless. But yeah, Mithrala, I think, is an absolute boss in this game. Next up is going to be one of my favorite damage dealers in the game. Again, Brimstone Blessing on her. Surprise, surprise, it is Sissia Flametongue. Or Sissia. I don't know. I've heard other YouTubers call her Sissia. I call her Sissia.
Sisha.
Whatever. A triple hitter on the A1. She has an AoE over here, an AoE over there. She's got HP burns over here. She's got instant activation over there. She's got an extra turn, and she plays an HP burn on all enemies. She is incredible. She's an incredible champion, can deal some sick damage. I use her in Hydra Clan Boss. I have her with Giant Slayer right now. I have her in a Perception and a couple Cruel sets as well. And we have 345, 100, 215, 206 on the speed on this champion. Not the most insane build in the world, but she can just absolutely devastate the spider as well. So I had to put her on the list. One of my favorite damage dealers out there. Alongside, I would say, Ninja and Cupidus in terms of if I had to pick my best three PvE damage dealers. And then I would probably go with like Trunda, Hefrak, and Leo as my favorite PvP damage dealers in the game in terms of legendaries overall. Number 15 is going to be, she's right here, Mother Cybele. You guys know I love Mother Cybele, and I built her super fast. 308 speed, 80 crit rate, 97 crit damage. It does add up, especially with War Master on her AoE on the A1. I love champions with AoEs on the A1, especially a champion bringing decreased speed. Now, of course, I probably wouldn't have included her. I use her in Hydra Clan Boss. She's very fast, base speed 115, and Aura 24 speed in all battles. I also have Brimstone on her as well. I mean, Brimstone does a Smite, I should say, does so much friggin' damage to every boss. And now, of course, I'm using her in Sand Devil's Necropolis because of the Revive on Death and the increased, well, the Revive on Death on the A2. She also brings increased defense. Really, really good champion. War Master, again, lasting gifts as well on this champion. And again, I'm really just focusing on as much speed as I can get on her, and really, really love her. I do have to say, though, I need to bump up that accuracy quite a bit. 279 is not going to be enough, even on Hydra Clan Boss where I'm using her to consistently land the decreased speed. So shame on me. I'll make that change. I'm actually going to make a little note right now. Increase accuracy. There we go. This is cool exercise. I get to go through this and fix my champions as well. Molly Tankard is not on my list, but I pulled a 5-star Ascension on her. What? And I already have her +4 empowered. Dude, this game is like trying to force me to use Molly Tankard on my main arena team. I think I'm going to now. So I gave her Intimidating Presence. That strengthen your team's aura by 15, weaken enemy team's aura by 20. I kind of got to do it now, right? So anyway, big shout out to Molly. Here's the build that I have her in. Probably need a little bit more accuracy or an increased accuracy champion on the team with her. But either way, she's not on the list, but she might be soon, right? Siphi is on the list. This is the crown jewel of my entire account, a +4 Siphi, the Lost Bride. I have her in a double piece Stone Skin. I think that Stone Skin on a double piece, 8 HP and 40 resistance is really, really strong, right? You don't have to necessarily use every single, go for the whole 6-piece on Stone Skin. I have her in a double speed. I have her in a very unique build here, guys. I have her in very fast build, 329 speed on this Siphi, and a lot of resist too. That's why I don't have her in Stone Skin. So she has a lot of defense, a lot of HP, a decent amount of defense, a lot of HP, decent amount of HP for a support champion. But I do have her in Resistance Chest and Resistance Banner, and that's why the rest of her stats aren't as high as you would expect from a fully empowered Siphi, right? But that speed really, really helps. I use her in the arena. I use her in with the sleep on the A1 against Sand Devil, and she's just still one of the best champions in the game, in my opinion. Siphi the Lost Bride, I mean, what else do I have to say about her? So I have the Resist Aura, I have Unshakable as the Resist Mastery as my tier 6 here. I went down offense and a little bit of extra heals and sustainability with the HP down the support tree. All right, number 17, guys, is going to be, he kind of has to be on the list, right? Is Krisk the Ageless. Now, I want to say one thing about Krisk before I show you the build, right? I have him in a really crappy build right now. I don't know what I was doing. I wanted to get him in Stalwart for whatever reason. I think I was using him on a Clan Boss team or whatever. But right now, I'm really not happy with this. So sure, take a look. But I need to improve it. I really want to get him dealing a little bit more damage because I am using him in Hydra Clan Boss as a provoker, increase speed, ally protect, buff duration increaser, decrease speed. I mean, he does it all, right? AoE on the A1, damage, you name it, debuffer on the passive. He's so freaking good, so versatile. He definitely can give Mithrala a run for the best champion in the game. You know, I would accept either answer, or, you know, whoever you're into. Let me know who you think it is. Anyway, a little bit of HP, a little bit of defense, a little bit of speed, a little bit of everything, really. I mean, it's a really sucky build for endgame. He is in Stalwart, which is nice. 30% damage taken from AoE attacks is nice, especially in Hydra and in Clan Boss with his Ally Protect, because you need to keep him alive. But I still could really stand to improve this build quite a bit. I just don't have a lot of good Stalwart gear. Anyway, that's Prince Kaim, or that's Chris Diegos, excuse me.
Are you kidding me?
Next up is going to be, I did not forget her, guys. Don't worry. You're like, Ash, what about Lydia? Of course I use Lydia. I have Lydia in a shield set. This is not the ideal build for a Lydia. However, I use her again on all the Doom Tower floors as a buff activator and a debuffer for Seer. For that reason, she's in a shield set, but I'm starting to think I might need to change up my strategy a little bit, because it's really not the best way to take advantage of everything else that Lydia brings to the table. I'd probably have her in Relentless again, man, because she's just incredible. But I don't use her in the arena right now. I have her with healthy amount of accuracy, healthy amount of speed, and yeah, well, you guys can see the build. Masteries on her, War Master, Retribution as well, a little bit of defense tree. And I mean, she's insane because she brings decreased defense, weakened strength, and increased speed on one ability. So this is why she's just the most amazing Seer buff activator, because she's buffing with two of the strongest buffs in the game and debuffing with two of the strongest debuffs in the game. I don't need to tell you about Lydia. She also has the amazing passive for the arena, or even in Doom Tower floors, to not have to deal with those all those torments and whatnot, right? So Lydia's amazing. I'm going to sneak in another one here, guys. A big honorable mention to Hefrak. He is my personal favorite nuker in the game, guys. I just think he's amazing. Little side note here, since he's in front of my face. Definitely overestimated this guy. I'm not a fan. I stripped him naked.
That means that he loves me.
Stripped him naked.
I don't think he's that good. I thought he was going to be like so incredible. I shouldn't say not that good. He's just not S tier like I thought he was going to be. However, speaking of S tier, Shigor, right? I mean, this guy is a boss. He can deal so much damage. He's a debuffer. I have him built for damage, accuracy, little bit of speed. He just really is incredible, right? I have him a double perception and a crit damage. He's got the poison. He's got the decreased defense. Poison for 4 turns. Decreased defense for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Kind of like the reverse of an Iron Brago with increased defense for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. He's also counterattacking anytime a poison goes off on an enemy. And he has sleep on the A1 at a 75% land rate. Great for Sand Devil. This guy is incredible with Sand Devil. Now he's up there with Hydra, Sand Devil, and you can use him in like basically any dungeon against any Doom Tower boss. He's Void Affinity after all. Incredible champion. I want to give a massive shout out to my man Helicath. I really, really like this champion, guys. You know what? I never give him any credit, but I probably use Eros like more than some of the champions that I mentioned, just because of the cheesy passive, right, to get through. But I don't officially have him on the list, but I figured I should give a little shout out there. Helicath, right now, I only use him in Clan Boss. However, I have him in like a very interesting arena build. I put out a video on like endgame Helicath and arena. I put him in protection set, and he's the only champion on my entire account that I have in protection, because how annoying is it to have block damage and a shield, increased defense that might be protected, 30% chance obviously of getting those protected. I think it should be buffed a little bit to maybe 40%. Would that be broken to you guys? Or are you on the same page as me? Either way, man, I mean, this guy's nasty. He's bringing the big version of Weekend on the A1 too, which is great for Clan Boss if you don't have another AoE Weekend champion. Just really, really good champ overall, and I think he's one of the best fusions of the entire year. Or was he last year? I would want to give him honorable mention too to Ultimate Death Knight. Right now, I don't use him a heck of a lot, but on a tag team arena team, I just think he's a really, really cool champion added to the game. But last but not least on my list is going to be Theodore the Savant. I don't even know what kind of build I have him in right now, because basically he's just speed tuned on my poison team, my poison combust team. He gets the job done, whatever these numbers are. 306 accuracy is good enough for level 25 dungeons where I use him. 260 speed is what we want. This guy is so freaking good. I have him in, you guessed it, Relentless. But I have him in Relentless, which is interesting because I guess it doesn't screw anything up because I have Kaimar resetting the abilities. So I guess it's all good. and then Relentless just to activate more and just do amazing things. He has an AoE decreased speed against the bosses. He has an AoE decreased speed on his A1. He has poison, 2 poisons, poison sensitivity on all enemies, increased speed on all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. He's got increased duration of all HP burn and poisons, instantly activates poison to HP burns on a 3-turn cooldown, guys. Plays that weaken debuff on enemies not under those debuffs. And then on his passive, he has Champion's Resistance is increased by 5 for each poison on the enemy team. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, guys, I combo him with Eleanor and Dark Kale, and, well, I mentioned half the team earlier. Just an incredible speed farming champion. For that reason, I use him a heck of a lot. So there you go, guys. I think I gave you a couple bonus champions there, 21, 22, or whatever. Who are you surprised, if you take a quick look here at my legendaries, who are you guys surprised that I didn't include? You know? Take a quick little gander here. Syl, I love you. I love you, Syl. I'm trying to think of other champions that, like, could be in contention. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of champions I use in, like, one area. And there's a lot of champions I see at, like, Yumeko, for example. A lot of champions that, and I didn't include Leo, you know, technically on the list. A lot of champs, though, Bivald, I'm a big fan of. How many times am I going to try to say this? A lot of champs that I probably should be using more, right? So, like, Krila I use quite a bit. Mashald, Trunda, Draco. So, like, there's a lot of champs out there. There's a lot of good champs in this game. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of my list. Which one of these champions do you agree with me with? Which one of these 22 champions, hopefully you have 1 or 2 of them, do you love as well? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know who your favorite or most used legendary in the game. Even Septimus. I could have put Septimus on there. Really like Septimus. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I'm making this longer than it needs to be. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.